5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good evening, Misfits. Not morning. I almost fucked that up. I was like, what? I fucking forgot it was Monday. No, I forgot it was Tuesday, and I thought it was Monday yesterday, and now I don't even know if it's fucking day or night. So clearly I have gotten back to work. That is why that is happening. Bro, you know what's funny? Well, it's not funny. It's fucking sad, actually. It's really sad. I've been off work for almost 2 months, right? And I have been
Right.
spending so much time on X, and like it's kind of like back in my TikTok days where I was like glued to my phone. But it's like it's not because I'm addicted to X, it's because I'm like I used to be really heavily addicted to TikTok. And I would be working and I would be on TikTok. Like it really kind of like at one point for maybe a few weeks or two, like maybe a couple of months, I was like, Dude, you haven't even done your real job. You've just been watching videos and shit." With X, it's way different. When I'm working, I'm listening to podcasts. My phone doesn't touch my hands. But I haven't been working, and because, the whole situation with my mom and everything. And I was like, my first day back to work, I had this revelation. I'm like, what a useless piece of shit you have been for the past like 7 weeks. Like, what the fuck? There are people that do this on purpose. There are people that are like not trying to get, because I've been trying to schedule a job for the past 7 weeks. I've just been, scheduling conflicts and shit like that. But I made a post and I said just that. I go, getting back to work as full time has made me realize that there are a bunch of useless pieces of shit on the internet that are just dopamine addicts. And if you're in somebody's comment section, like just talking shit and insulting them, if the shoe fits and this applies to you, lace those shoes up and walk your ass to a job interview. Um,
Yeah, no, there are people who just I spend a lot of
but
time
you
on
do it for a
X,
living.
and I do a lot of, I do a lot of it is for a living, and I do a lot of like reply guy and types of, I'll jump in and try and start conversations. And sometimes I'll jump in and, dissent on the Krassensteins. I call him King
Yeah.
Weenie. It's a lot of fun. But there are people like so there are people who are literally on X all day, like all
Yeah.
day.
That's what I mean,
Like
and
I
that's
don't know
what I've been
how they
doing.
do it.
Like, so, like, that's like it really hasn't been that bad. I've noticed, like, literally the past 2 weeks, I think, I have been, like, pretty bad. Before that, for the first 4 to 6 weeks, I was still working. Like, I took a couple of small jobs. I'm running and getting materials. I went and looked at a few jobs, and I went and did my shop. I did a bunch of stuff. But the past 2 weeks, like, literally the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to fill my day with a lot. So I've just been, I don't know, maybe 8 hours on my phone. Like that's a lot. Like that,
That's a
like
lot.
maybe 8 hours where I'm just fucking in these fights with people about the debates and about fucking Jew shit and like all the people that are calling me a fucking
These people, like, so I just posted some Maze Moore on X actually posted before I quoted him because I, he said he's probably the only person in the world who doesn't care about the Epstein
yeah.
list. People who have been linked to Epstein will show up, no new arrests. Those implicated will deny it like they already have. People will throw around names that won't come out. Epstein was killed for a reason. The real evidence died with him. I guarantee the people waiting for some huge news to drop will be disappointed. I want the Epstein list. I have no idea what people expect they're going to see.
Yeah.
And so I quoted it, and I was like, he's probably right. There's a lot of sensationalism around who's likely on it. I want it for transparency's sake, but I do believe as many downs are imminent. Somebody comes into this comment and goes, "Well, I'm sure Israel shouldn't worry; they're always protected." And I'm like, it's getting to the
It's
point
so bad. What
where the everything is Israel's fault
it's
crowd.
yes.
I hate them more than I hate QAnon,
Bro,
and I hate QAnon,
I was
hate
I'm
like with a passion.
I'm telling you, I was early in on this because I saw it super early on. and everyone was calling me crazy. And I'm like, you don't understand what's happening. There is a growing, rapidly growing movement. And the reason why I have focused on it so much is not because I'm a fucking shill for Israel. It's because
That's my favorite thing.
it's coming
Bro,
from my party.
I promise anybody who sees this, the day that Israel pays my mortgage, I will post about it. I
You
promise
know
you.
what?
I will
Bro,
I will throw a party
do
for
not
Benjamin Netanyahu in my
do
backyard if
not
they do that,
do
okay?
not get it twisted. If any fucking Israel representative offered me money to say what I'm already saying for free, I would take it. The problem
Of
is, I'm not.
course. If yeah.
So look, I just figured out how to do this. I learned how to internet all on my own again. This is my X feed. This is my notifications. Like, I want you guys to see how crazy this shit is for me, right? Like, this is some guy. Is ISIS the only terrorist organization that'll travel 2,000 miles from Syria to attack Brussels, but can't travel 52 miles to attack Israel because the dog doesn't bite its own tail? Again, conspiracy theorists. Israel created ISIS. That's this one. Oh, look, another one. I didn't watch these before, guys. Like, this is all just popping up. Dad, I think we should stop angering the goyim. Like, dude, this is my look at this shit. It's literally every fucking day. Is this ISIS has not again, another conspiracy. Fucking you're a Jew. That one's funny. Did you see this one, Shawn? The AI video of Gaza that Trump posted?
Oh my God, he posted
Pe-
that this morning. It was
people
amazing.
people are losing their
They're losing
fucking
their
mind.
mind.
Because of the golden Trump statue. This was also in it. It's two trannies with beards dancing on a beach in hula. They're in hula shit and in fucking Hamas headbands. It's like, dude, there was like a satanic symbol over a casino. Oh, there's this fucking guy. This is funny. The fucking Aaron Bushnell is a dancer. Oh my god. Anyway, did you hear that by the way?
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard it through your
Okay.
speakers.
Um that came from my phone. That was loud. That came right out of my headphones. So anyway, now if I ever want to pull up my X for any reason, now I can do it. So that's enough of that cuz it's taking up my CPU. Let's
It's a heavy, heavy website with
Oh yeah, look,
CPU.
as soon as I just closed it, you just came in clearer. So Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have not been online for over 24 hours and their simps are fucking losing it. Like, bro, we were just talking about this. This addiction to social media. And look, guys, I'm a hypocrite. I have it. Okay? I have
They
it.
haven't been online for 24 hours?
Yeah, they
I don't
haven't
even
been on
notice because I'm blocked by one of them, and the other
I'm
one I
blocked
don't follow.
I'm blocked by both of them.
Nice.
But no, so they haven't posted in over 24 hours or over 30 something hours, 32 hours or something. There's a video of these guys who have a podcast and they're clearly like Tate bros, they're like simps, they like and one of the guys is like, "Have you heard from him? Don't even fuck with me. Don't even fuck with me, dude. Have you heard from him?" And it looks like the guy's about to cry. It's like, "Yo, Shawn, I love you, brother. Don't take this the wrong way. But if I didn't hear from you for 24 hours, right? And nobody heard from you for 24 hours, I wouldn't care. I'd be I like
But that's the thing.
like I would
It's like, all right, well, maybe there have been times where I haven't posted or something. And it's like, okay,
dude.
and I don't want people being like, dude, you haven't posted in like a while. Are you okay?
I want to
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a move.
yeah.
My wife and I moved. There was no, like there was like my you could look at the analytics on X.
Yeah.
It was like up here, up here. Up here. It's like what
Yeah.
happened there? Well, we were moving.
Oh,
I
we
didn't
were
have
yeah, I didn't
time
have the
to
time
shit
to
post all
post.
day.
No, I want to
Right.
I don't want to upset anybody that follows me if this applies to you. I really like I'm going to say something with love and it might not apply to anybody. I hope it doesn't apply to anybody. But if you would be upset, really genuinely upset if something happened to me, then I don't want that. Right? I don't want people to idolize me for anything other than what I am. I am a fucking content creator on the internet. There's nothing special about me. I'm not a hero.
Well, you do a good job in remodeling bathrooms too.
Yeah,
Don't sell
no, no,
yourself
no.
short.
Listen, I'm,
I've seen
I'm
your
le-
work.
I was driving. You know what I was doing today? I was driving by the Texas Capital Bank. It was the first job I ever did when I moved to Texas in 2017. We did these tiles that were each tile was the size of a bathtub. They were 60 inches by 36 inches. Big, big fucking tiles. And I did that job, and I was like, that job was now 7, 8 years ago ish, and it's still there. It still looks amazing. It still looks great. And it's probably going to be there for 10, 20, 30 more years, whatever. I don't know. Maybe they'll remodel it next year. It doesn't matter. But I've also done shit. I've been in business 13 years. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs. I have left my mark on the world where after I die, most likely my work will be like I imprinted something on the world. And I love that, right? And I know that some people are like, well, the internet does that too. You'd be memorialized and blah, blah, blah. Like, but I feel more accomplished in my real job than I do on here. And the reason why, the point I'm getting to is there are people that idolize people like Andrew Tate. There are people, in fact, you don't even have to go that bad, right? The amount of people that come at me over somebody like Jake Shields, who's a functional
Oh
fucking
man,
retard, all right? This guy is a washed up former MMA fighter. He is a fucking moron.
yeah,
And
he's so
people
stupid.
and people idolize him. I don't want anyone idolizing me that much. I want you to like what I do. I want you to support me, and I support you and whatever. Like we're acquaintances online, cool. But fucking Christ, if I was to ever just not post for 24 hours and you started thinking something crazy was happening, then you need to log off. Right? Like you need to log off your internet. Like it's fucking
And like I
it's
don't,
too much.
I'm
People take
with
this
you on
too
that. And
much.
I don't want to I don't want people to take it the wrong way. Like I definitely appreciate that people care,
Yeah.
but at the same time, and there are folks, family members and whatnot. That's a different story. But it,
Pe-
yeah, it's one of those people just take a break and everything's okay,
yeah. Bro,
and everything will be okay,
if
and
the
you'll be okay.
if the internet shut down tomorrow, you're gonna be fine. Like you're probably better. Like yeah, to be completely honest, the internet has turned us into the internet. I call the internet the Colosseum. Okay, the internet really truly is the Roman Colosseum now. It is people cheering on the most vulgar and vile, vicious fucking things that they can see, and they are literally
Oh
just
yeah.
just distracted and throwing shit. So what do? I try to get in the arena and I try to yell at everybody going like, you're not supposed to like this shit. Right? Like a lot of my content is me talking about how ridiculous the internet is while I'm on the internet, right? It's like, so all I'm saying is just realize one thing. I also say this all the time. This is not real life. This thing that we're doing right now, this to me is a hobby. I like doing it. I actually do think it's important too. I think that what people like me and Shawn do, and Dan Bongino and fucking and all the other content creators that are bringing you the news, without us, the media would continue its propaganda machine for decades, and we'd be fucking potentially, speaking Chinese or something. So don't think I don't understand the benefits of it. I'm saying everything in moderation. Right? Just realize that most of the things on here are just the Roman Colosseum. Anyway, let's get to the weekly breakdown. Weekly breakdown this week was only two because I fucked up and didn't realize that Monday was Tuesday or vice versa. So, which one is this? Is this from yesterday or today?
Ah, thumb. There's a thumb. There it is.
I
Big
fucking
old thumbs up.
did I
Hell yeah.
fucking do it?
You flashed
I
a
f-
thumb. YouTube's gonna ban you for that
are
too.
they here? Fuck you, YouTube. How about that? Is this okay? Fucking YouTube. Fuck you, YouTube. I want YouTube to ban me. That's why I fucking post on YouTube. It's an experiment to see how long I'll last. Narrowly pass a measure. I think that was today. Let's see if we can.
That was, yeah, late last night,
Yeah, so let's see if we.
budget proposal.
Okay. So this would be from Thursday then. Yes, this would be from Thursday. Ukraine reels as Trump criticism echoes Russian disinformation campaign. You know what's funny about this? This is from Thursday, but the headline from Wednesday was the exact same fucking headline from the exact same network, right? And it's about how the ABC is saying that, well, Zelensky said that the 4% number that Donald Trump gave out for his poll numbers is Russian disinformation. And I was like, bro, are you like, how we've talked about this before. I've said these exact words to you, Shawn. How have they not learned yet? How the fuck have they not learned that Russia is why you're fucking all getting fired? Why does
Yeah.
Joy Reid not have a fucking job? Right? Is it
I loved it.
Russia?
There was somebody on X yesterday, Art Candy. She's always, uh, honking Krasenstein's hedgehog in the comments, right? Just
Yeah.
kind of, making him feel good. Was like, oh, I can't believe they fired one of their most liked hosts. I was like, where do you get this shit
Yeah.
from? If she was one of their most liked hosts, her ratings wouldn't suck. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way people didn't watch Tucker Carlson on Fox because they hated him. I mean,
Yeah.
some lefties did, but like the majority of people who watched on Fox watched him because they enjoyed his show.
Yeah. Well, I saw Rachel Maddow being like, you
Of
know,
course she
like
did,
my
right? Because
network.
they're not going to fire her, so she could say that.
Yeah, she's like my
She is their
network.
most popular host
Well, also she was like,
somehow.
she's like, I think it's a little strange that we had, two minorities, like the Asian lady and the black lady, and it's like, hey, maybe what if they hire another black lady, right?
Well, they were talking about replacing Joy Reid with Simone Sanders, who's a black lady.
And
So
oh, no, I'm almost positive they will. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. It's like Rachel Maddow's argument was was us insinuating that your own fucking network fired her because she was black and not because her ratings sucked. So if they replace her with a black lady, then you're a fucking idiot. But you're an idiot anyway. Oh, guys, I forgot to mention. Shawn, have you seen the new background? Do you see how I spiced it up? I spruced it.
with
We get
your with what
now we
your lights?
yeah, we got no. I'm talking about the show background. So,
Oh, on your stream.
yep, now
Hold on,
now
because I don't let it run in the background because I don't
but
want my shit to get all crazy. But hold
no.
on, I'm gonna do it right
I
now.
just realized now though I have to move you because my guest spot is covering my new thing. Hold on. Where are you? All right. Split box. We'll unlock this. We'll move this up right here. Oh, we get you right there. Up there we go. That's better. Like it. Right there. Now, we got that. Okay. Unlock that. And we gotta lock you. Here we go. I think I can do it. I can do this.
Oh, you're wiggling around now.
Yeah. I'm trying to
You
get
can
you.
do it. I
I'm
have
trying.
faith. I
I'm
have
tr-
faith.
I'm trying to get your box. Oh, I have two split. That's why I thought they were connected. They weren't connected. Now I get it. There we go. Boom. So
Static
yeah,
internet all by itself. We love it.
I am learning. I am
You're
learning.
interneting really nicely.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just fucking around with Canva, and I was like, you know what? Here's why I did this. I started. I think it was like either Pierce Morgan or Dan Bongino or somebody, and then I looked at another podcast, and I saw the same thing. And then I looked at another podcast and I saw the same thing. They all have their fucking website on their fucking channel. And it says Rumble, it says either x.com or
You know what's so funny about that? Dude, I literally today looked at my graphics for my daily show in the
mhm.
morning, and I was like, I don't, other than on my ticker where my website go, I don't have any of that. So if it's clipped or any of it gets shared, it's not
That's
there. I'm
what I'm
like,
saying.
I was thinking, it's like I'm missing something. So now I was actually going through my head to put a revolving graphic on
Yeah.
the screen somewhere that just almost like a watermark, but not a
Yeah.
watermark. Just like a revolving graphic, like Rumble, this, that. I was literally thinking the same thing, like, I don't know, 10
Well,
hours
that's what
ago.
I just realized.
So I see that now on your page.
I
It looks
just
good.
realized it though. It's like before it just said TMP uncensored, and I had the little Rumble logo, and it's like, oh, people are gonna just see that and they're just gonna go, where is it? Right now, if somebody clips this, it says
You
rumble.com/TMP
clip it too.
uncensored.
You clip your content. You put up shorts sometimes of your shows. I see on
Yep.
Instagram. It'll have it up there.
Yeah.
Bongino has that all the time, and I was sitting there
I
going, "Why the hell don't I have this?" So I'm going to work on that this
I
weekend. I'm
was
going
I
to
was
change
kicking I
everything.
was kicking myself. It was another one of those easy things that I should have done months ago. Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
next up, US Senate to push through border bill lacking Trump's tax cuts. Now today we know that the bill did get pushed through and it made its way to the House. And from this morning's episode, I had a little fucking a little something to say about Massey again. Can this
I
fuck
saw that.
can this fucking cunt just fucking get on board? Like, dude, he really is a child. Cuz it's like this is what I said this morning. The left we as a party, the people, do not need to be a cult, right? We should have a collection of ideas, we should argue, we should hold each other accountable, what have you. But the fucking House of Representatives should be a fucking cult or a coalition. The thing that the left crushes us on is unity in there, because if they want, and listen, the shit that they are doing is awful, and they are unified on awful shit, which means awful shit gets pushed through. It's like the left is like, when the left has a majority, they're like, we should cut little kids' dicks off, and every fucking leftist is like, yeah. It's like, and we're like, hey, we should lower taxes, and then Massey's like, I don't want to. Why? Because it's got other stuff in there I don't like. Who cares? You know, Trump fucking won. Trump won with a massive fucking mandate, which means we, the people, told you to do what he wants. And he wants this.
And it's an even bigger mandate now. It's even bigger now. I've been saying this over and over and over, really for a while. But Donald Trump's policy positions are more popular than Donald Trump is right now.
Uh
In
huh.
other words, Donald Trump's approval rating right now is at 52%, according to a Harvard Harris poll, which is not friendly to Donald Trump. Okay,
Yeah.
but his approval rating is 52%. His disapproval is 43%. So he's 9 points above water.
Yeah.
Okay, but the policy positions that he campaigned on and that he's currently trying to implement, like mass deportations, 81% approval. Finding and eliminating waste and fraud and abuse, 76%. Closing the border, 76%. Men and women's sports, 69%. Only two genders, 68%. Ending DEI, 65, and so on and so forth. I mean, even the lowest
I
item
see
on
it,
this
guys.
list, 57%. Supporting ending the ban of new offshore drilling, it's 57 to 43. That's still 14 points above water. So all of his policy positions are more popular than Trump.
Exactly.
This is the easiest job that the Republican House has ever had. Just pass the
Pass every.
legislation that is
Listen,
extremely
just
popular.
pass
Just
everything.
pass
Just
it.
pass everything.
It's easy.
And that's,
You don't have to think. You don't have to
yep,
juggle anything. Just pass that.
every,
That's
everything.
it.
Hey, Sean, have you seen the chat?
Oh, this guy.
I was gonna mute him,
Here
but
we
you
go.
were on a roll, and I didn't want to interrupt you. And I'm like,
Listen, that guy. No, no. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you mute that
he's
guy.
gonna come back with
Okay?
another account.
He
I
has,
know.
dude. He's got 90
I've muted
accounts.
him.
More
I've
than that.
muted him on a bunch of them. Let's.
Yeah.
You know what?
And I call the other night. He doesn't like when you call him fat, and he doesn't like when you say that he eats hot pockets in his mom's basement. He cried about that on my show the other night, my fuck around stream the other night. This dude is a total loser. Claims to be self-employed, thinks hot pockets in his mom's basement is a job. It's
Hold on.
not. The number one consumer of Lubriderm. Uh, this guy, he's like, so what if I spent an hour and a half making 100 accounts? What's the big deal? That's the big deal. You're a fucking loser.
Hold on. Hold on. You know what? I am fucking on a roll for real. Look at what I just did. I figured out how to get the fucking chat on here. Guys, look at this psycho. This is so fucking insane. Hold on. I'm not even going to read what he's saying. I'm just going to count how many times he's commented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
There you
8,
go.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fucking times. It's like, dude,
When you mute him, he'll come back with something else that's like, Donald Trump's mushroom dick or something. Like, bro, you have no
dude, you
life.
realize you
None.
realize I just made his entire fucking life by putting him on the
You just
screen.
made his night.
Yeah.
He is honking his hedgehog so heavily
Look at
right now
this.
under the
Look at
table, like two.
look at this
Yes,
shit. Zach was worth it $5 to flame the troll. Well, we just did, so I didn't even realize you paid me for what we just did. Shawn just fucking Shawn just went off on him.
well, he's gonna be back. He'll be
Oh, I
back.
know. When he comes back, I'll put the fucking chat back up. It'll be hilarious. Dude, listen. I shared a GIF today. The number one thing that like I love it. Well, I don't know if I love it. When people tell me don't feed the trolls, I'm like,
Oh,
yo, are you fucking high? That's what I do. I feed the trolls. Like, that,
chum the water.
that is
Yeah.
literal. Have you not been
Or you're
paying
the guy
attention
who
to
walks into the public park with a loaf of bread, sees "Don't feed the ducks," and opens the whole thing and just puts the loaf down.
fucking go, dude? It's like just I mean, I love it. Dude, I go, these fucking retards are an endless supply of content. They really are. Hold on, I think he's
It's
back.
funny because he was on Monday night. I was
Trump
doing.
loves anal beads is his new one. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, I blocked that one the other night.
Let's
I
watch
blocked that one the other night.
let's watch this fucking meltdown in real time so people understand the level of crazy that content creators deal with on a daily and weekly basis. It's like, bro, these like the internet is filled with a bunch of fucking mentally unstable people.
Yeah,
And they really are like they're I've told you about window theory. There are a bunch of people that scream in their truck at somebody who can't hear them.
yeah,
Right? It's like they're like, "You piece of shit!" And then they're all protected. Nobody's gonna freaking drag them out of their car. And if the window was rolled down and they were in a parking lot, they would be like, That son of a bitch." They'd whisper it under their breath. Oh my god. There have been some I can't even read what you're saying because you're just typing so much. It's like, bro, I really mean
best
this.
part is, dude, he told me not to make fat jokes and hot pocket jokes the other night. So I was like, all
Yeah,
right,
but
everybody, chat. When you see him come in, call him Hot Pockets. So
but he,
that's what I did.
he's
Like,
probably
don't tell me not to do something. I'm gonna do it.
he's probably trolling you. It's like this is the thing. These so Myron Gaines, he commented. What they've been doing to me over the past 24 hours or so is they're coming into my chat and they're spelling out the word faggot. But they're doing it, one person writes F, the next person writes A, the next person writes G, the next person writes G. Now, I don't think that they know my history with TikTok and how I've been like canceled so many times. I already know exactly what they're doing. But then I troll them by making a dumb post. I'm like, "Wow, look at this. This guy has like 15 accounts." I know it's 15 different people. And they're like, "Look at that. That idiot thinks that we have 15 accounts." And then I in my own apartment will giggle. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm giggling because you're in here with me. I'm not in here with you. I've dealt with this for years. You think this is the first time somebody has fucking run a Discord where they fucking come in and they what's it called? Gang stalking. I was doing gang stalking before it was fucking cool, or getting gang stalked before it was cool. But Myron comes in, and this is what the part I love the most, because the bigger creator will come in and see, "Look, this is just proof that we actually have fans." It's like, bro, you don't have fans. You have insane people in a Discord that you told to go harass me. It's like,
Yeah, you have sycophants. You don't have
yeah,
fans. You have, yeah.
if
I mean, it's
if
unbelievable.
I walked into a fucking mental institution and I goes, "Hey guys, do you want to go fucking harass an old lady with me?" They'd all be like, "Yeah, well, let's go." Like, it's dude, what the fuck, man? It's like, all right, let's hold on, let's do it live. We'll mute him live. We didn't read any of that shit. You just wasted a whole bunch of your time, but it will be memorialized forever because this will be uploaded to the internet tomorrow, right? Or actually tonight, as soon as the stream ends, you can rewind it, take your pants off, get your lube out, and you can fucking hate jerk it to to this shout out that we've given you. Trump
Yeah.
loves anal beads. It's so fucking weird.
Bongino went and bought a pencil sharpener to use on Get Out of Here because that's funny. Apparently, the Supreme Court just weighed in 21 minutes ago. Supreme Court sides with Trump, temporarily blocks lower court order, which attempted to force Trump to give billions to foreign aid. So that's big.
That's huge. So
Yeah,
these
very
judges,
big.
these rogue judges, that was one of the rogue judges, right?
Yeah,
That was the
I don't know which one, but there's a whole handful of idiots.
yeah, the judge that let me mute this guy again. How do you get on here so quick? It's
Because
like
he has a bunch of accounts lined up. So when he gets muted, he's got another tab open. He logs in, and that's it. This guy has no life. I'm
okay,
telling you.
look,
And oh, you want to know who he supported for president in 2024? I'll give you three guesses, Zach.
20
Three guesses.
2024
2024. 2024. The primary cycle, Republican.
prime okay, prime oh, Republican DeSantis.
I'll take Democrats off the board. Republican.
DeSantis?
No,
No,
not
hold
DeSantis.
on. Oh, Nikki Haley.
Nope.
Oh shit. Well then who else was there?
Worse than that.
Christie?
Yes.
It was Christie.
Before I blocked him on X, he's a Christie guy.
Oh my god. Yo, it's so weird, right? Like, but this is the thing. We're this is what this whole show is now about. Okay, fuck it. This whole show is now like about mental illness and social media, right? It's like this is a clearly mental look at he is going to tell his well, he doesn't have any friends. He's going to tell himself or the mannequin he dressed up like his mother in the room. And he's going to be like, "Look, I'm having fun. I'm trolling him. You don't realize you're not trolling, okay? I am a fucking troll. I use my real fucking name, my real fucking face, and I bait people with sarcasm and humor. That is a troll."
I did the same thing on X the other day when the story came out that the Philadelphia Eagles weren't going to go to the White House, and I was like, Trump should sign an executive order saying this year's Super Bowl doesn't count, and people were like, "Oh, he can't do that. Why do you want?" I'm like, bro, I know he can't do that. It got 1.7 million views because they all had a tantrum.
Yeah.
The next day, the Eagles were like, "No, we're going to go." I was like, "That you did that.
I
You people
yeah,
did that."
bro. This
Like we
fucking
won because you thought I was being serious.
it's so
It's
wild, man.
unreal.
And you know what the funny thing is? It's like Kanye. That what's happening right now in the chat, that's Kanye. Okay?
Yeah,
That's a mentally ill person with a
yeah.
dopamine addiction who's like who's getting some type of rush out of doing this. Most of these anonymous accounts that do shit like this, they're quite literally like they're really mentally ill people or they're a lot of them are drug addicts sometimes. Like my brother,
Yes.
I'm telling you, bro, I literally have firsthand experience. My brother, the one that passed away from fucking fentanyl overdose, right? He would
Mm.
do this. Like I would go on his fucking Facebook and I would see him, and he was like every comment, he's like comment, 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 and I'm like, bro, dude, it's got to be drugs
Just relax. Yeah.
or schizophrenia. Like fucking, I don't know. It's got to be one.
Usually a byproduct of drugs.
Anyway, back to the and he thinks he's like, "Oh, I'm hijacking. This is now all about me." Yeah, it is because you're a useful idiot. You can't be useful unless you're an idiot. I'm using you to make a point. Thank you for the
But the funniest
assist.
part about it is like it is a slow news cycle too, so it's fun to have some red meat in the chat that we could
Yeah.
just beat up a
Nah,
little
hey
bit.
man, hey, I'm fine with it. Again, don't tell me not to feed the trolls. That's my job. Somebody has to. It's like,
Yeah.
um,
That's right. This guy might be an off the rails tranny.
probably. It's definitely so. Look, here's the deal. Normal people don't do this. Okay, Normal human beings don't go out of their way to try to insert themselves into somebody else's life and railroad it, right? Like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example. The shit that I do, let's say trolling Andrew Tate or trolling Jake Shields or Myron, I'm doing it for a very specific reason because I see a very big problem in the right wing community where these accounts are growing, and I'm there to troll them to bring some levity and attention to the shit that they're doing. This person is a crazy person having a meltdown. Way different.
Way different.
Way different. Here it is again. It's what is this? The sixth or seventh account? And it's like,
We got to like 20 on Monday night. It was really crazy.
yeah.
And I had already blocked about 20 of his other
Here,
accounts. It was wild.
who's I wonder if I can manage mute pin. How do I don't know how to make somebody a mod. I don't know if I can do it from here. Hold on.
I forgot. There is
Yeah,
a way to do it. I forget how to do it.
trying to figure it out. Maybe if I click on her name. Um, no, it doesn't matter. I'll do it. It's really not that. It's not that hard to mute somebody. It only takes a half a second, and we're just. This is the weekly breakdown. Is just us talking, so I don't care. But all right, next up, Trump gave schools 2 weeks to ban DEI. Lawyers say it's not that simple. Yes, it is. It's actually incredibly simple to ban DEI. You say, okay, there's a new executive order. We're done with DEI, and you send it out in a company email. That's literally how you ban DEI.
Yeah,
DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. It means future hiring practices and future policies. So you can't say it's not easy to ban it because it's so easy to ban it. Fucking, I mean, what the fuck? All right, Walmart earnings potential. All right, who cares about that one? All right, next up. Next up is today's daily breakdown. House Republicans pass a narrowly pass a measure to fund Trump agenda amid last minute drama. Again, we just talked about this. We need to have a unified coalition based off of the mandate. Look, when shit's not important, when this is like a year and a half into the term and you're arguing over about some bill that's a little bit controversial, fine. Massey, do whatever the fuck you want, all right? But it's like we're literally like 2 months into this fucking this administration, and Massey is sitting there going, I know better than the other 216 people that are obviously just agreeing with Trump. And it's like, dude, the narcissism on you. You work for us. I get it. You're going to be like, no, I actually work for my constituents. It's like, yeah, dude, you ran under the Republican ticket. We need a third
right.
fucking ticket then for you. Like, we
I
need a,
mean, every representative technically works for the people who elected him. I did not elect Tom Massey.
yeah,
However, I guarantee you that if I walked and knocked doors in Tom Massey's district, they would agree with a lot of what I say, probably a lot of what you say, and frankly, probably a lot of what Tom Massey says.
you know what? Let's,
And from Massey's point
oh,
of view standpoint, I understand where he's coming from, where maybe it's not cutting spending by enough. And I actually have been saying this on my show for the last, I don't know, couple of days. I said, look, Mike Johnson wants to do it all in one bill because there's a slim majority. He wants to ram it all through, get all the items passed, and then we'll go from there and let it produce results. It is not going to be a perfect bill. What do I want in a perfect world? Single issue bills, less pork, etc. But you're going to deal with a bill that's going to have all of these items in it, all of these the entire Trump agenda in it. It's not going to be a perfect bill. It's going to be a massive bill. There's going to be pork in there. There's going to be stuff in there that we're not going to like. But what I don't want is people hyperventilating and starting, no, well, this one's a sellout and this one's a rhino and this is that. And everyone
yep.
starts fighting with each other. It's not going to be a perfect bill.
Okay.
The point is to get Donald Trump's policy positions and agenda points in, let it produce results so that we can get to 26 because we have a choice right now over the next 12 months or so. We can either give Donald Trump a 4-year term or a 2-year term.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
that
I'm
simple.
saying.
That's
It's
it.
it's it's really that it really is that simple. Hey,
The
so
next 2 years, that we're going to see will dictate how the next 10 years go.
so
That's how important this is.
I have an idea. All right, I have an idea. Why don't we do this? Thomas Massey's the Kentucky's 4th district. All right.
Yeah.
I got Grok right here. Let's do this. Allow microphone. Yeah. Allow. Yeah. Sure. Allow. Um what were the 2024 presidential election results in Kentucky's 4th district? Let's see how much Donald Trump won by. They voted decisively. Who won the state's electoral votes was 64% compared to her. Yeah. So, Trump got 64.6% of the vote in your fucking district, Massey. So, how about this? Because Donald Trump is clearly the majority of the people in your fucking district.
How much did Massey win by in that district? This is a good contrast,
Ooh, okay.
right?
Yeah. How much did Thomas Massey win by in that district? Let's see here. Thomas Massey. Okay. I'm assuming you meant Thomas Massey. Yeah, it was voice recognition. Um this gives Massey a win of 99.6. Oh, he won uncontested, I think.
There was nobody.
Benjamin, hold on. He faced only a write-in candidate. Benjamin
There was
August
nobody even up
Midden.
there. Okay,
Yeah. There was no
got it.
demo.
So
Yeah,
that
so
then you can't
yeah,
even. Yeah.
so we can't compare because he didn't run against anybody, but either way, Trump won 60 something percent of the fucking vote in your district. So, how about just for a few months you suck it the fuck up and do what Trump wants because Trump wants this fucking shit
2/3
passed.
of the district voted for Trump. Yeah,
Yeah.
so essentially two
Yeah,
thirds.
2/3. Shit. Fucking cunt. All right, next up. Ukraine and the U.S. are close to signing a critical and rare earth mineral deal. As I said this morning, that is something that could potentially end the fucking war. It has the potential to end the war. And that is Zelensky folding so look, every time Donald Trump does something, immediate freak out, right? Immediate freak out. Not realizing that Trump, this has always been part of his negotiation strategy. Even the fucking AI meme of Gaza, it's Trump trolling, right? Because here's what I think Trump is doing. First of all, I think the thing in Gaza, let's get back to the thing in Gaza in a second, right? Trump comes out and he starts bashing Zelensky, okay? Zelensky, less than a week later, now is coming to the table going, we need a rare earth mineral deal. Because Trump said, you owe us money. And then Zelensky gets on TV, he goes, that was a gift. Biden gave me that. And Trump was like, yeah, no, I'm not Biden. Fuck you. So Trump's like, we're going to get our money back somehow. This deal comes through. Now, there's going to be, I don't know, I think they said something like upwards of half a trillion, I think it was. It might be more or less, but we're going to get all of the money back that Joe Biden dumped into this fucking war in this deal. And to me, that's good enough. That's the same as him just paying us back. And what does Zelensky get for it? Nothing really.
Nothing.
Donald Trump is just not going to say you're on your own. So Donald Trump just made a deal, a rare earth mineral deal that gets us all the money back that we fucking wasted over there.
Not just that, but it also China's pissed about that because
Yeah.
China's the number one producer of rare earth minerals right now. With what they're sitting. The
Well,
United States doesn't have to be reliant on China for rare earth minerals. They have it, through Ukraine. So it's about time that country started actually doing something for us.
Well, this is the other thing. I said that it has the potential to end the war as well, right? Because what's going to happen now? Now, Putin is going to say, oh shit, Trump is now a partner with Ukraine as opposed to shit talking them.
Partner.
Maybe we should Maybe we should try to put some type of deal on the table, like a rare earth mineral deal, maybe. It's like something, you know? And now we're gonna have the US with two partners, right? That were fighting each other, and it won't be good for their business to fight each other anymore. Like, Trump understands this. Do you guys like all the tweeting and trolling and memes and fucking AI shit? It doesn't matter if results happen. This worked with Kim Jong Un, Little Rocket Man. I have a bigger button. And then a short time later, Trump was shaking his fucking hand, first president to walk over into the DMZ. So I don't want to hear any shit from anybody because we have a long track record of watching Trump do this. And for some reason, you motherfuckers keep waking up in Groundhog Day, freaking out every time he does something. So, something similar he just did. He just dropped that AI video in Gaza. Okay. Everyone thinks that this is some play to end the war and he's not actually going to do anything. I disagree. I think that sometimes when Trump says he's going to do something, he actually fucking does it. Why don't you open your fucking Google Maps right now and tell me what the body of water at the southern part of America is called? It's called Gulf of America. He said it was going to be Gulf of America. It now is Gulf of America. So when Trump says we're going to own Gaza, he means it. He didn't say we're going to pay for it. He didn't say we're going to put American troops there. He didn't say we're going to put American infrastructure there. He said we're going to own it. You know how we're going to own it? Israel's going to give it to us. Why is Israel going to give it to us? Because Trump's going to end the fucking war, right? They're going to give it to us. Trump is going to delegate. And this is why, and look, this is a bold prediction, but I've said it publicly a couple times already. I was just on Rebel News with Yemi. Fuck, I can't say his name right. And he thought that I was crazy for saying this. But Shawn, tell me if you think this is fucking genius. Trump delegates a bunch of deals between Arab nations surrounding Israel to start building in Gaza. Okay? Those, like Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, right? They now have property in Gaza owned by the US, right? Leased to these nations. And what do you think happens if Iran blows up an American owned, Saudi backed building? They're now at war with Saudi Arabia, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not what they want.
Exactly. It's a fucking insurance policy.
That's what
That's my
it is.
prediction. That's my prediction. And if it fucking happens, I want you guys to flag this shit, come back here and say, holy shit, Misfit was right, because I don't hear anybody else saying this. I am the only person that I've heard say this. If Trump delegates a deal where you get essentially the Abraham Accords partners and they all build buildings in the middle of fucking Israel, and America owns Israel, or owns Gaza, sorry. So they just own the little strip, right? Then anybody that fucks with that piece of dirt is fucking with America and other Arab nations who are now all aligned with Israel. That will end the fucking war only in that region. Nobody's ending radical
Right.
Islam anytime soon.
No.
They're going to chant death to America and death to Israel forever. But they're not like they are the soldiers are stupid because they're inbred goat fuckers. But the people at the top, they're smart enough not to do that. So, do you guys want
Right.
peace in the Middle East? Step one, let Trump fucking cook. That fucking stretch of land that we won't have to pay a dollar for, that will actually, because it's going to be leased to other nations, bring in revenue to the United States. If this
Yeah.
happens, think about it. If this happens, Egypt wants to build their own like tower, you know, like the fucking towers in Dubai, right? Israel doesn't have a say in it because we own that land. Trump's like, no, no, no. We had a deal. That's my land. I'm going to let them build there and I'll protect you if they fuck around, right? And they're not going to blow up their own property. So it's not like Egypt's going to go, we should go bomb our own building, you know?
Right.
It just makes sense. I think that's what Trump is doing. I really do.
Well, if that's what he does, that's a pretty good
It's a
deal.
fucking
Makes
genius
us
plan.
money. It's an insurance policy, like you say.
Yeah.
Um, I don't, I don't see anything, and it doesn't cost us anything.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, other than being involved in the region, which we're involved in anyway.
Yeah. Well,
So,
exactly. And these short-sighted fucks are like, why do we gotta go clean up Israel's mess? Okay, why wouldn't we? Right? It's like, dude, if you just got okay.
well, time out.
eh,
Let's stop right there. Let's just stop right there because now it's Israel's mess. But a week ago, it was our mess because it was our bombs, right? These same
yeah.
people, oh, we give Israel a bomb. We're killing them. We're doing it for. So whose mess is it? I mean, these people want their cake and, they have their cake and eat it too. It's crazy
But hold on.
every time.
If
It's the
Sean, if I,
same thing. It's the same thing where they go, Palestine, Gaza was an open air prison. The living conditions were horrible. Now the living conditions are even worse. And they're like, they should stay. And do what? You know what I mean?
bro, but here, think about it, right? Why wouldn't we go clean it up? If I was to offer you 100 acres of free land, but there's a bunch of garbage in the middle of it, are you gonna be like, nah, I don't wanna have to clean all the
I'm going to say, all right, give me the 100 acres, and I will deal with the garbage over
Yes.
time.
It's like, dude, it's like, why wouldn't we? It's ours now. Why wouldn't we clean it up? It's like, bro, we're
Right,
getting free Middle Eastern beachfront property that is going to
right.
bring
We can
revenue.
port. We can have a port into the
Yeah.
region. You know how strategic that is
Yeah.
too.
And hey, you know what? Maybe maybe Trump does put a fucking casino there. I don't care. I
I wouldn't doubt
I
it.
don't care, dude. Wha
He said he's really stealing their
it's like,
money,
dude,
right? You know what happens when casinos make money,
dude, it's
right?
like,
So
why does anybody fucking why is everybody so against expansionism? Right? Expansionism is what made this country the greatest country in the world.
manifest
We were
destiny.
thir-
We call it, by the way, hold on a second. We call it MAGAfest destiny, right? We call it MAGAfest. It's
it's
tremendous.
fucking insane.
I have so many props
Dude, we
now.
were we were 13 original colonies. Okay? We were this small section of land here. The what French owned a lot of America, Spain owned Mexico, and then we expanded. We went from 13 original colonies to 50 United States. So then Trump's like, "Hey, you know what I want? I want to get Greenland." And people are like, "What the fuck, dude? We don't why? Why don't you want more property?" Like what is
Well, Greenland sits on rare earth
like
minerals too.
sits on rare earth minerals. It protects us
So
from Russia. Fucking
it's Arctic Circle property. It's a great strategic location to have a
yeah,
territory,
fucking
an
why?
outpost.
Why is that bad? It's like I don't understand the obsession with isolationism. Here's the thing. Isolationism, right? And nationalism. I talked about this the other day. People don't understand the difference between patriotism and nationalism. Nationalism is bad. Nationalism is like socialism. Nationalism is um it's the it's the hyperfixation on your own country at the expense of other nations. Okay, so essentially, it means we don't want to fuck with you. We don't want your trade. We don't want your shit. Fuck you, right? So we now are this selfish, isolated nation, right? And other nations are going, and we got all the good stuff. We got the oil. Everything's just going great over here. Other nations that we are not allies with anymore because we told everybody to go fuck off, they're not isolationists, they're expansionists. So what do? They get together and they talk to each other. They're like, "Hey, you know what? I'd like to make China and Russia a better partnership, you know? And what if those two merge, right? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to go, everybody's having such a good time over in America, we should probably leave them alone? Or do you think, hey, you know what? We've already expanded this far. Why don't we go take America? Like, that's what I'm saying. You want to expand. I would love it if Mexico, Canada, and Greenland turned into the greater United States and all of North America was America. I would love that. I don't see a problem with it. But you short-sighted cunts are like, yeah, but there's a lot of liberals in Canada. We don't want to buy that. Bro, we'll fucking change the way that we vote. I don't care. Make it a territory.
There's a lot of liberals in the United States. I mean, look, when it comes to the way I view the rest of the world, I would say I'm probably a little more not isolationist because it's not practical. You can't isolate right now.
Yeah.
Trade is important. Okay, it
Yeah.
always has been. I'm on the go fuck yourself to the rest of the world if they're not treating us right. And that's
Well,
where I think Donald Trump is.
I think
That's
we're
why he's saying, okay, reciprocal tariffs, right? So, okay, you're charging us 20%, we're
we're charged
charging you 20%.
20%. No,
That's
I love it. Exactly.
and I'm fine with that. That's because you know what that is? That's fair trade,
You know what?
right?
I'll take it a step further. I am America first, which means I actually don't want I think that because we are who we are, I think we should be getting the better end of every deal
Of every deal,
everywhere. Every
100%.
deal.
Because
I think
America
that
first, and we've had this conversation. We I think we are in lockstep in this. Is that America first does not equal America only,
correct.
and
Yeah.
that's the distinction that people get lost in. America first means we take care of our problems here first,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the world comes next if we have the resources, time, energy, money, and etc. to take care of these people. You know, it's like it's the airplane analogy. When that mask comes down over your
You
face,
put it on
right,
yourself,
I
yeah.
might be on an airplane, I'm putting it on first. But if the person next to me is struggling, I'm not going to go, that's not
That's
my problem.
see,
I'm going to
that's
help.
isolationism, right? That's a perfect analogy for isolationism, right? A patriot, right, will go, okay, I put my mask on. Hey, other people need help, and we're doing really well. All right, so put the mask on your neighbors. A fucking Nick Fuentes will be like, I got my mask. Fuck you. Right? I got my mask on. Fuck you. You don't need a mask. I don't care about you. And when you stop caring at all, right? Then you create enemies. And when you create enemies, you create problems. And when the problem is that when you have the mentality of Hitler of we're so great, I want to kill everybody else and boot everybody else out of our land and only be our land, you get the allied nations who guess what? Took down Hitler. That's how it works. It's history, dude. If you don't learn from the mistakes of the past, you'll repeat them. It's not hard to figure out. And for the record, I'm not necessarily for only expansion. I'm just think that that's funny. I would love it, but I think we can do just fine with staying exactly the way we are. We don't really need Greenland, but at least get back to a an example that we set for the world, because I think that that's important too, right? Like if every we are in a location where it's very hard to fuck with us, right? Geographically and because of our constitution, right? It's like we have 40% of the world's 1 billion guns. The American citizens have more guns than any other army in the world. Combined, I think the top 3. So, it's
Yeah,
not
that's why
like
we're never gonna. That's why there'll never be a ground invasion of the United States.
oh
It's
yeah, no.
you could go left, right, far left, far right,
Yeah.
up, down, middle, whatever. If there's a ground invasion of the United States, every gun owner is going to have a gun pointing out their window, and they're going to be shooting anything that moves. That's
Well,
an enemy. It's
the
that's
only way to take down America is to take it down from within, which is why I focus on
that's
these
why.
fucking cunts
Yes.
so much. I focus on
Yeah.
people like Nick Fuentes and Jake Shields and all them, because those are the people that are going to destroy us from the inside. I say this all the time. The reason why the left just lost this election, even though they had the media on their side, they had cheating on their side, they had everything on their side. The reason they lost the election was because they allowed their own party to get too radical. They allowed voices like AOC to take over. They allowed fucking all of these fucking DEI woke bullshit fucking policies. And when you start referring to the right as woke right, and it's coming from inside your own party, if it's coming from people like me, it's effective. Just the same way that the most damaging person to the trans community is fucking Bruce Jenner. Okay? Bruce Jenner, you can't call him transphobic, can you? Because he's fucking trans, right? It's like you can't. What's the biggest threat
He
to
was
the B?
I'll tell you what, he was the best thing for that community for a minute
Yeah,
because he was somebody on our side. Oh, look, Republicans like trans people too. Let's just go out and do it. And, you know, then it was like, oh, you like Bruce Jenner? No, I actually think Bruce Jenner is an asshole. And I think Bruce Jenner, if he really stood for what he believes and that men shouldn't be in women's sports, well, I'm still waiting for Bruce Jenner to give back his Woman of the Year award, which he hasn't given back yet.
that's true.
So go ahead and give it back, and then I will give him a pat on the back.
But all right,
But until that happens, he's a
you know
liar.
what? Let's give a better analogy. Okay, What was the biggest threat to the left? Joe Rogan. Okay, that's the
Yes,
better analogy, right?
that's the better
So
analogy
the
because he's a
a
leftist. It's a
leftist
burning right.
that is so when Joe Rogan came out against the left, right? People listened, which is why we need to come out against the far right. We need to do what Joe Rogan did to them.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport, all of these people who didn't long time.
Are now on
That's
board.
exactly right.
So that's what I'm doing, guys. It's not just a show. I'm not just clout chasing. There is a strategy behind it. And you know what? Hey, sometimes I do take the trolling and the fun stuff too far and it looks a little crazy, but you know what? That's just cuz of my personality. All right? Like I'm not as
Everybody's
composed.
allowed. Everybody's allowed to have fun on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, let's do the last couple of slides here. I think there might only be one more. Yeah, one more. Trump to hold first cabinet meeting. Elon Musk will be there too. They're freaked out about this again. Did you see Elon Musk? Did you see Elon Musk walking down the steps with Pam Bondi?
Yeah.
And so I wrote, well, Pam Bondi just got pregnant. Fucking like Elon. Bro.
All right. Well, 9 months.
We'll find out if she starts
What's
to
it today? February 26th. So November.
if she starts putting on weight, I'm gonna call it.
Just
Like,
put that video back up and go, guys, we already know what's up with her. She was next to Elon Musk. He will he would impregnate a mailbox if he could.
bro, I swear to God, man, Elon Musk is trying to do some Genghis Khan shit. He's just trying to live forever. That's like
I think that's what it is. It
I
is some Genghis Khan. I think that's what it is.
I really think that that's what his strategy is. He's like, well, if my seed is everywhere, then I will live. I think that's really what he's trying to do because he's weird. He's weird autistic, right? Like, and that is actually something I'm autistic. That is something that makes sense to me in a really weird way, where he's like, my DNA, the more I spread it around, will be on the earth forever. And it's like, yeah, I get it, bro, but I don't think you're doing it right. I think that grabbing a bunch of crazy chicks and asking them if they want to be fucking turkey basted is it's gonna backfire, I think. I mean, it's just not exactly how I would do it.
The latest one might be backfiring
Oh,
already. Who knows? It's not a good look.
Ashley Sinclair is you know what? Hey, this crazy lady, you know what? There's no good guy in this situation. And
I don't think he's a good guy either.
no,
No,
there's no good guy in this situation and the kid's going to be the one that suffers the most. But I will say
it's better than an
I
abortion.
will say if you had to put a gun to my head and tell me to pick a side, I'm on Elon's side because Ashley St. Clair came out and was like, I had Elon's baby and I would like some privacy. And then 15 minutes later, she was like, here's a New York Post expose I did. And I'm like, whoa, hey, lady,
Yes, you went from privacy to I'm making the whole thing public to
dude,
get custody of the
does
kid.
she even realize that for about 20 minutes, every human being on the internet was on her side? It was like, dude, we were like, yeah, because she goes, the paparazzi are just bad. And we were like, dude, yes, fuck the paparazzi.
Yes, you're toxic baby. Like
Yeah,
this whole thing
leave a
is
leave
disgusting.
the baby alone. And then she's like, "Here's my baby," and I'm like, "Whoa, you just did the opposite of what you just said. That's a little. That's the exact opposite. Now you're dropping private text with Elon. Like, what are you doing, lady? That's the. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know what privacy
I
is.
mean, damn, she's got me agreeing with Laura Loomer. You
Oh, me
know?
too. I was about to agree with Laura Loomer, and I went to reshare her post, and I literally was about to go, oh, and I was like, I went to go quote it, and I'm blocked. She blocked me. Laura Loomer blocked me. Finally.
Probably because you called her out at some point or
Oh,
whatever. Who
I've called her
knows?
out a dozen times because listen,
The thing about Loomer is, I always give her. I always say this about Loomer. There are, 9 times out of 10, I read what she's writing. She did a very good job with the Mershon
yeah,
stuff. Absolutely. There have been stories that she has nailed dead on, and there have been, I mean, absolute swings and
yeah.
misses. Joe Biden's still not dead, and she claimed he had a week to live. So,
She said he was going into hospice like a year and a half ago.
yeah.
Um,
She said on July 22nd, 2024, that Joe Biden is dying and his family is making final preparations for
yeah.
him. He's still going,
Well,
so and there are people who are like, she's never wrong. And I'm like, no,
no,
she
she's
is
wrong.
wrong. Everyone is at some point. Everyone's wrong at some point. Nobody's
She's
perfect.
actually wrong a lot. That's the problem. Like Alex Jones is
The thing is, substance wise, like surface level, yes. But then the thing is when we go 13 layers down and we can't prove 95% of what we're saying, and it's an emotion fueled, thing,
yeah.
that's where you get steered. That's where you get
Well,
steered the wrong direction.
it's the 95-5 rule of conspiracy theories, Sean. Laura does it.
Yeah.
Laura applies to the 95-5. You know, somebody said it was Insurrection Barbie. She said something and
I write
I added to what she said. She said facts without context is propaganda, right? So, what propaganda does is it takes a fact, right? But then
right,
it doesn't contextualize it, right?
right,
So well, it's like what the left does. Donald Trump said everybody loves him, right? Everyone doesn't love him. There's a poll right here that says he's actually, it's hyperbolic. So, did Donald
right.
Trump say that? Fact. Was he being hyperbolic? Context, right? What Laura Loomer does is facts without context. So she does a lot of I have receipts. And it's like, yeah, no. The thing that you said is true, but then you added about 50 different things to make it into another thing. That's facts without context. So the thing that I added to Barbie's quote was facts without context and conclusions based on facts without context is conspiracy theory. So facts without
Yeah,
context is propaganda, right? Conclusions based on propaganda is conspiracy theory. So
yeah.
that's what I don't like. If you just take the facts and you stick to the facts and then you follow it up with, now I don't know if this next part is true, but that's what I do, right? I just go, hey, I don't know if this is gonna. I don't look. I just said Trump is going to buy. No, Trump is going to own Gaza and get Saudi Arabia and a bunch of other nations to do it, right? The facts. Trump is going to own Gaza. Well, at least that's what the plan is right now.
The going story right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rest of the shit that I specifically said, I don't know if this is going to happen, but this is what would happen if it did. What Loomer would do is go, Trump's going to buy Gaza and he's going to get Egypt to buy property and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. That's the difference. And that's why that's my biggest problem with Laura Loomer, actually. Like, I think that she actually truly has her heart in the right place. I really do.
I'll never question her loyalty,
No,
and I'll never question what side she's on. It's not an act,
I
right?
also
It's not an act.
no, I don't think it is. I also don't like this about her. This is a big no for me. It's doxing people. She does it all the time. She says it's not doxing. It is. Right?
It is.
Here's the thing about doxing. Okay? Sharing public information is not illegal. Sharing public information with malicious intent is doxing. Laura Loomer is sharing public information of her political enemies with an intent to hurt them. So when she goes,
Yeah.
I found your daughter. This is where your daughter works. It's like, yo, bitch, don't do that. What are you doing? Why are you stalking people you don't like's family members and then posting them on the internet? Stop fucking doing that. It's wrong. It's illegal.
Bad. Doxing is real. I don't like
Doxing
doxing.
is fucking stupid because
That's doxing was where is where cancel culture became
yeah.
like it's one thing to protest about don't watch this person's show or don't buy this person's product. It's another thing to be like, here's where this person lives, make their life
Well, yeah.
hell. That's where it's out of control, you know?
listen, the fucking gaslighting shit that people will do who dox other people is they'll just go, it's all public information, right? And it's like, okay, but what did you posting this public information do? What was the goal? What was the intent, right? Because if you wanted to just say, okay, this congressman's daughter works for BlackRock. Cool. Okay, cool. You're making a connection. What Laura does is this congressman's daughter works for BlackRock, and here's her LinkedIn page with her fucking information on it and her email so that you can all go harass her. And it's like, that's where you're getting murky. It's like, so I don't know. I mean, I have been canceled so many times that anytime I see that bullshit where public information, I think of it as a Marxist leftist tactic that you use to silence and bully and harass your political enemies. It's
Intimidation, you know, and I don't like doxing it's too
yeah,
far. It's just too far.
yeah,
That's it. You know what I mean? I don't there are so many people like, I don't like the Krasensteins, but I don't want to find their address and then post it and go, "Hey, he lives here."
exactly, exactly.
You
Well,
know?
the other
Because
thing,
I don't want what happens
you know
after
what the
that. I've been on the receiving end of some of that too, and it's not
Sean, you know
fun.
the other thing, I'll never even try to look for it. Right?
No, I've never tried to
But
look
that's what I'm
for it.
saying. That what I'm saying is get into a mentality of not even trying to find it, right? I think that they live in Florida. I think that they do. I'm because I think I've seen them on the beach. That is the most amount of information I know about the Krasensteins. You know how I go after the Krasensteins, right? When they post something, I refute what they posted online. Okay?
So do I. And my least favorite comment is "Stop them." No, I'm mocking him.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we just let him post unchecked,
yeah.
and
No, no,
that's
no.
not doesn't help
That's
anybody.
and that's perfectly fine, right? It's when you get into a fucking Discord server and
Right.
you have a bunch of crazy people that follow you that go, "Hey, did you know that in 2007 Brian Krasenstein got into an argument with his wife and they called the cops and then here's the police report. Why don't you release the police report?" I don't care. That's not my business. Does
No.
it have anything to do with what he said? No?
It has no bearing on my tomorrow,
Yeah.
right? It has no bearing on my bottom
Correct.
line. It has no bearing on my profit and
Well,
loss. Like nothing,
I mean,
zero.
it happens to me so much. I don't. It happens to me so much. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I can take it. But this is what I say all the time. I am a fucking like impenetrable force with this shit. Right? The shit that people have done to me is it'll make most people break. So, what I try to do is I try to put myself in the situation of somebody who's very weak-willed, maybe somebody who's suicidal, right?
Right.
Somebody who's going through a mental breakdown, right? And you go, "Okay, put myself in their mindset. If somebody did to me what they do to me on a daily fucking basis and I wasn't who I was, maybe I would kill myself." Right? Like, and I don't like that. So I don't
No.
do it to other people. I don't like seeing it done to other people. I don't want anyone to do it to anyone else. I tell my followers all the time, if you see me beefing with somebody, do not go and dig into their life and send me their shit. Now, it's a little different, and there are exceptions to every rule. There is definitely an exception to Andrew Tate. Okay? Andrew Tate is a monster, and I saw a video of him beating up a 15-year-old girl. Dig, motherfucker. All right? I am giving you permission to do that. But some random person online who's,
And there's a difference. He's a public figure, you
yeah,
know what I mean? So there's actually legal there's
yeah,
a
yeah, public
legal thing,
figures,
the whole
pub
thing. But
legally, yeah,
yes,
legally public figures' lives
he's a
are.
bad guy. You could find things, but we're still not telling people to go to Andrew Tate's house and cause a
Oh yeah, no, no, no. And
you
you
know.
know what? We just saw. Did you see the? Now I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt because it's Nick Sortor, I think his name is, and he's a bit of a clout chaser. He just confronted Eric Swalwell yesterday,
Yeah.
in the lobby, and this is the
I
part that
found Nick to be pretty reliable.
is he? Well,
Yeah.
maybe I'm thinking of somebody else then. Maybe I have him mixed up. But
You might get to someone else, 'cause Nick is pretty spot
okay,
on.
I retract my previous statement. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But here's I thought he was somebody else, and I saw him post the confrontation with Eric, but then he said Eric said that he was cheating on his wife. He said that he's abused his authority, and he said this and this and this, and I got it all recorded. But then he only drops the confrontation video where none of that stuff is in it. So maybe I'm wrong. And I commented, I go,
No, that was his post. That was
I'm
his
like,
post.
why
Yeah.
wouldn't you just drop the audio recording that you said you had? Right? Like, why did you confront him about Fang Fang in the lobby? You looked very crazy. Like you looked like you were like you looked like a crazy person going up to Eric Swalwell, to be completely honest. Like you just walked up to Eric Swalwell and you were like, "What about Fang Fang? What about Fang Fang?" And it's like, "Yo, if you just caught a sitting congressman on tape saying that he was in front of two lobbyists saying that he was abusing his power, then drop that. Drop that right now. Like that is a huge story. That is a massive story actually. That can get
He said, what he said here, uh,
you know,
see.
let's see if I can I'm going to pull it up. I want to yeah.
Yeah, he says, Eric Swalwell, I sat next to dinner for 90 minutes. He was immediately compromised by a group of lobbyists. I saw that whole
Mhm.
post. And I commented underneath it. It said, just be happy he didn't rip one. He tends to do that. Fall apart on
Yeah.
television. Sort of said, we forwarding the 90 minutes of recording to Speaker's office. It takes a couple drinks and Swalwell spills anything. So he says that he says he's going to be releasing it, but I guess he's giving it to
Okay.
Johnson first.
Okay. You know what?
So
Hey,
it's do or die. Look, well, here it is. It's do or die time. It's either going to be like, Sydney that was never released, or he's got the
well, hey,
goods. There's
here's the
no,
deal. Nick Sortor has every right to drop that online, no matter what Congress says. Right?
right.
That is his personal property that he is in possession of that he recorded in a public setting. He is not breaking a single law by dropping that.
No, and
So,
DC is one party consent also. So he's allowed to do that.
even still, one party. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess one party. Nah,
No,
because
one party consent is fine. As long as you know you're recording it, you're
no,
a
no, no.
party to it.
I'm saying even with two-party consent, when you're in a public place, that doesn't apply.
That's true.
When you're in a public setting, then it's not. That's only for phone calls. That's only for private conversations.
Well, and face to face, right,
Yeah.
right, right.
So
He was in a restaurant or
yeah,
somewhere, yeah.
yeah. If you're in a public place, you're fair game. So as far as I know, unless I'm wrong, he could drop that right now. So you said he's working with Johnson's office.
He sent it to John. He said he's sending it to Johnson's office so that Swalwell is removed from committees.
Drop it. Just drop, dude. What are you waiting for? Drop this shit right now. Right? Like there's something weird going on if you're not dropping it. I'm telling you. I'm not like I said, I think I had him confused with somebody else. So I'm not shitting on Nick Sortor. But if you have a recording of Eric Swalwell admitting to two lobbyists that he abused his authority and it's really what you say it is, you drop that right away.
The only thing I could think
That's Project
of,
Veritas type shit. That's
yeah,
like
the only thing I could think of is it was 90 minutes. Was there classified information in it that he can't drop?
mhm.
Is my only thing I'm thinking of. Maybe. I don't know. If I was Nick, I'd put it out, but maybe run it by an attorney. But if if maybe did Eric Swalwell disclose information that he doesn't did he say his wife's address and he not want to put that in a video because he
Yeah.
doesn't want docs,
Well,
something like
yeah.
that.
No, no, no. Listen.
Maybe
Hey,
he's
listen.
going through because Veritas, when Veritas puts their stuff out, it's
Yeah.
edited to avoid,
Oh yeah.
you know,
You know what?
fluff and stuff
Uh,
as well.
now that
So
now that you brought that up, I will give him benefit of doubt, right? What he probably should do is he should sit down with a lawyer, play the whole 1 hour and 30 minutes and have the
Yeah.
lawyer, like, I would literally sit in front of the lawyer and I'd be like, "We're listening to this together, and you tell me every time you hear something I need to cut." And I would have a
Right.
notebook.
And then you mark it and cut it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
I would just drop the rest, and I'd be like, "This is edited because there was some information in here. There's an hour and 30 minutes. I took out 17 minutes, right? So
Right.
the 17 minutes had information in there that I couldn't do, and then I would drop the fucking 1 hour and 13 minutes right on
That
fucking
could be what's going on.
yeah.
That could be what's going on. Some of it was sent to Johnson so they
Mhm.
can identify, hey, this is information that the public does not need to hear,
Bro, if this is
or
true,
something like that.
if this is true though, if that's like, because he may, a lot of people online, they're hyperbolic too because they think it's gonna.
Absolutely.
If it's true though, that's Eric Swalwell could be even worse than kicked out of Congress. If
Yeah.
he
He could
had,
he can go to jail.
yeah.
He
So
can go to jail. This
like,
and remember, just remember that happened in Washington, D.C. DC U.S. Attorney Ed Martin is not playing games.
mhm.
So just
So well, I guess we'll find out, guys. I guess we will
sooner
find
or
out.
later we'll find out.
I'm gonna shout out every one of these motherfucking dudes' names when I do the shout outs right now. All right, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up the show. As you guys can see, we got the new format. So the top right hand of the chat has the Rumble link for anybody that is watching on. Oh shit! You know what? I forgot to fucking end the YouTube. You know what? You guys got a full show today on fucking YouTube. You
Congratulations.
sons of bitches. Um, but yeah,
You didn't have your
rumble.com.
timer? You didn't have your magic timer? What happened?
This thing is, I got to get a new timer because what happens is
Use your phone.
hold on, watch this. This is what happens. Ready? I'm going to show you what
It's like
this
a
fucking,
hockey puck.
I'm going to show you what this thing does, right? You click it. Okay. So you see the timer starts, right? And then here's what happens when I put it down. I,
Oh.
you tap it to turn it on. So when I put it down, I tap it. So it's fucking stupid.
Just
I
you
know.
know,
I will. I will next time.
use
But yeah, rumble.com/TMP uncensored. Sean, what's your channel? We should put yours on in the top left for the weekly breakdowns. Was it
it's
rumble.com?
rumble.com/ Shawn Farash, my name. That's
Sh-
it. Easy
rum,
to remember.
so for next week's weekly breakdown, I'll put your graphic in up at the top as well. Yeah, rumble.com/Sean Farish for Sean's show. And let's see, we're gonna do the shout outs like we do at the end of every show. Number one, on the edge. We got Emerald Sonic 78 in here. We got Stassi's for real. That's Gina. K Hart 917. All the regulars are here. All right, now we got the fucking the crazy person that came in earlier. Let's see, how many accounts did we get out of this guy?
You know what's
Donnie.
funny? He stopped.
Yeah, he did, because I banned him fucking 7 times. Donnie sniffs Putin farts. Okay, that's one. Okay, we got Donald's mushroom cock. That's two. Okay. Um, the Colin guy 7. That's 3. James A0208. That's 4. MTG's loose hole 5. Trump's bloody stool 6. Axel 4-wheel drive is in the chat. Melania. Oh, can't stand Donnie. What's that? 7?
7,
Okay. Donald wants to marry Putin. 8.
8,
Melania left Donnie. 9. Trump loves anal beads. 10.
10.
Okay. This is crazy. This is a crazy person.
It's a crazy person. This person's not well.
we got Brendan Farish in the chat, Sean's beautiful wife. All right, and right above her, the Colin guy 5. That's what, 11?
So I think it's 10.
No, we said 10 already. That's 11.
That's
11
11. Okay.
11 accounts from the same crazy person was in the chat tonight. All right. Anybody else? Nope, we already called out everybody else. So, I will be back here tomorrow morning. As you guys know, I'm back at work full time, but I did this show at 7 a.m.s for that reason. I usually go into work around 9 o'clock, so that's not going to be a problem. But um, I am in a transition period of sitting on my ass for
Your transition.
my two dude 2 fucking months of sitting on my fucking ass. Right? Oh, Mrs. Mayhem 17. Don't worry, you got in here right at the last minute. You guys will have to just go right to the beginning and watch the whole show. Two new people show up as we're about to end the show. Mrs. Mayhem 17 and 508 Jay Fisher. You guys missed the crazy person in the chat that came in with 11 different accounts. But as I was saying, 2 months of not being at work, I got so I have a routine when I'm working. I wake up at 5, I do a thing, I do a thing, I do a thing, I do a thing. 2 months of not working, I have been waking up around 7. Like, even when I do the show, I wake up around 6, right? So I just got to get into my routine. So after this week, I think I'll be good to go. But if I am late or if I don't do the show, that's why. And I'm sure we'll get it worked out. All right, boys and girls, time for bed. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.